'Tis the season for curling up inside with a good book. One that is making lists here in Minnesota and beyond is called Big in Sweden. It's by local author Sally Franson, and it follows a woman who applies to be on a Swedish reality show, and she gets chosen. So believe it or not, this story is loosely based on truth. More on that in a minute.
But first, we want to welcome Sally to the CCO studio today. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you on this blustery day.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, thank you. Yeah, making it through this weather. Before we talk about, of course, the book, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're from here in the Twin Cities?
I'm originally from Madison, Wisconsin, but I feel like I'm a Twin Citian because I've been here since 2010. I moved here to go to graduate school at the U, and I just can't get away. I love it here. It feels really like my adopted hometown.
I love that. Okay, without giving us too much, tell us about the book.
Yeah, so the book, like you said, is loosely based on my experience. A woman kind of down on her luck, doesn't know what she's doing in her life, getting a little bit too old to be purposeless, gets drunk one night with her best friend and applies to be on a Swedish reality show. To her surprise, she gets cast, and that leads to this kind of huge, life-changing fish out of water experience, going halfway across the country, discovering her ancestry, and making a lot of unexpected friends she didn't think she'd make along the way.
I think the fun part about this is we say it's loosely based on real life. What are we talking about when we say that?
Yes, well, we're talking for legal reasons that I can't get sued. And then we're also talking about the fact that I did, in fact, go on a Swedish reality show just after COVID at the height of summer 2021, and it was after being locked up for a year and a half, and I just went. I like the main character of Big in Sweden, got to meet my Swedish relatives and learn all about my genealogy, but also after being locked down for so long, had this big kind of joyful experiencing of re-encountering the world, and I wanted to share that joy and delight with readers.
It's such a fun premise, but we have to ask about that experience too of being on the reality show.
Yeah.
You have to tell us more.
Well, you know, I think the Venn diagram of people who are authors and people who are on reality TV is very small. Like, unless you're like a Real Housewife writing a memoir, but like in terms of writing novels, like it might just be me. And I did it actually because I had terrible writer's block. I was having a super hard time writing my second book, and my friend said, "I heard about the show, you should apply." And I said, "I can't do that, I'm a very serious artist." Cut to me like, you know, like December in Minnesota, I'm alone in my house, and I'm Googling with a glass of wine, like, how do I apply? And then I did, and it was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I had such a great time.
Well, it seems like people are connecting to the story all the way to Hollywood. Actress Meg Ryan is a big fan. What is it about the story that she and so many others are enjoying?
Oh gosh, well, you know, I'm a Minnesotan, so I'm modest. It's hard for me to say. But I hope what people are getting out of it is this sense of laughter, connection, and delight that I really wanted to give. I wanted to make a book that made readers laugh out loud, that didn't hurt anyone's feelings. You know, I wanted the humor to be warm and generous and not about laughing at someone or looking down at anyone. So I hope people are connecting because of that, because I tried to have it be not only kind of a cheerful book, but one that also allowed people to travel without ever leaving the comfort of their living room.
Sounds amazing. What is next for you?
Well, I am working on my third novel, which means I'm just crying alone in my sweatpants in my house.
Got it.
Coming to you hopefully very soon. But then I'm also heading out to Hopkins on February 1st for Boozy Books Festival. I'll be there with several other authors, and that will be really fun. So come on out if you want to.
Enjoy a glass of wine together. I love that.
Any new adventures for the next book that you are booking now to get some inspiration?
Oh, a very good idea, Jeff. Actually, it takes place in Zurich, Switzerland. So I have a little trip planned.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Where can people find your book and connect with you?
My book is available anywhere books are sold. Obviously, I want to support local indie bookstores. Next Chapter in St. Paul is my favorite local indie, but you can find it also on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and you can find me on Instagram at SallyJF.
Okay, sounds great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Yes.